the man who changed the way we understand the universe. Albert Einstein, the genius who redefined physics and philosophy, left us with words that still inspire millions. Let's explore his timeless wisdom. A question that sometimes drives me hazy. Am I or are the others crazy? A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. One should respect all men, but bow to none. Creativity is contagious, pass it on. A ship is always safe at the shore, but that is not what it is built for. If I were to remain silent, I'd be guilty of complicity. Imagination encircles the world. I must be willing to give up what I am in order to become what I will be. I think and think for months and years. 99 times, the conclusion is false. The 100th time I am right. It is easier to denature plutonium than to denature the evil spirit of man. Science can only ascertain what is, but not what should be. Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. Invention is not the product of logical thought, even though the final product is tied to a logical structure. Love is a better master than duty. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Great ideas often receive violent opposition from mediocre minds. Every day I remind myself that my inner and outer life depends on the labors of other men, living and dead, and that I must exert myself in order to give in the same measure as I have received. The man of science is a poor philosopher. I see my life in terms of music. A society's competitive spirit is self-destructive. There comes a time when the mind takes a higher plane of knowledge, but can never prove how it got there. The faster you go, the shorter you are. Let us not forget that human knowledge and skills alone cannot lead humanity to a happy and dignified life. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. More the knowledge, lesser the ego. Lesser the knowledge, more the ego. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle requires creative imagination. The most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. Strange is our situation here on earth. The ideals which have lighted my way, and time after time have given me new courage to face life cheerfully, have been kindness, beauty, and truth. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. The monotony and solitude of a quiet life stimulates the creative mind. A table, a chair, a bowl of fruit and a violin. What else does a man need to be happy? Common sense is the collection of prejudices acquired by age 18. The revolution introduced me to art, and in turn, art introduced me to the revolution. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Memory is deceptive because it is colored by today's events. If you want different results, do not do the same things. It is the duty of every citizen, according to his best capacities, to give validity to his convictions in political affairs. An intellectual solves a problem, a genius avoids it. To simplify is to make no more assumptions than are necessary. I have reached an age when, if someone tells me to wear socks, I don't have to. The only real valuable thing is intuition. The measure of success is not whether you have a tough problem to deal with, but whether it is the same problem you had last year. In every true searcher of nature, there is a kind of religious reverence. We cannot despair of humanity, since we ourselves are human beings. If you want peace, you don't talk to your friends. You talk to your enemies. Imagination is everything. We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. I am a deeply religious non-believer. This is a somewhat new kind of religion. All religions, arts, and sciences are branches of the same tree. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It's not that I'm so smart. It's just that I stay with problems longer. Where the world ceases to be the scene of our personal hopes and wishes, where we face it as free beings admiring, asking, observing, there we enter the realm of art and science. I believe in standardizing automobiles, not human beings. We dance for laughter. We dance for tears. We dance for madness. We dance for fears. We dance for hopes. We dance for screams. We are the dancers. We create the dreams. The mind that opens to a new idea, that returns to its original size. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. When the bees are gone, humans will die. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. You can live as if everything is a miracle. I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious. The man who regards his own life and that of his fellow creatures as meaningless is not merely unhappy, but hardly fit for life. Reading after a certain age diverts the mind too much from its creative pursuits. Once we accept our limits, we go beyond them. Most people say that it is the intellect which makes a great scientist. They are wrong. It is character. The important thing is to never stop questioning. Human beings must have action, and they will make it if they cannot find it. Nothing happens until something moves. It is important to foster individuality, for only the individual can produce the new ideas. Not everything that counts can be counted. I do not believe in the God of theology who rewards good and punishes evil. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. The value of achievement lies in the achieving. Any fool can know. The point is to understand. Joy in looking and comprehending is nature's most beautiful gift. Time is an illusion. To dwell on the things of this world is to be cut off from the source. I cannot imagine a God who rewards and punishes the objects of his creation. I assert that the cosmic religious experience is the strongest and noblest driving force behind scientific research. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. Love brings much happiness, much more so than pining for someone brings pain. The aim of education should be to teach us how to think, rather than what to think. When we accept our limits, we go beyond them. As far as the laws of mathematics refer to reality, they are not certain. And as far as they are certain, they do not refer to reality. The difference between what the most and the least learned people know is inexpressibly trivial in relation to that which is unknown. Imagination is the key to understanding everything. I have no special gift. I am only passionately curious. The release of atomic energy has not created a new problem. It has merely made more urgent the necessity of solving an existing one. Few are those who see with their own eyes and feel with their own hearts. The horizon of many people is a circle with a radius of 0. They call it their point of view. If A is success in life, then equals X plus Y plus Z. Work is X. Y is play, and Z is keeping your mouth shut. We act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life, when all we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. The eternal mystery of the world is its comprehensibility. It's not what you look at that matters. It's what you see. It is important to foster individuality, for only the individual can produce new ideas. God is subtle, but not malicious. A life directed chiefly toward the fulfillment of personal desires sooner or later always leads to bitter disappointment. Our separation from each other is an optical illusion of consciousness. The intellect has little to do on the road to discovery. True art is characterized by an irresistible urge in the creative artist. Let every man be respected as an individual and no man idolized. The attempt to combine wisdom and power has only rarely been successful, and then only for a short while. It is the theory that decides what we can observe. The pursuit of knowledge is more valuable than its possession. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. In order to form an immaculate member of a flock of sheep, one must, Above all, be a sheep. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. What is incomprehensible about the universe is that it is comprehensible. Freedom, in any case, is only possible by constantly struggling for it. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. One may say the eternal mystery of the world is its comprehensibility. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. What a sad era when it is easier to smash an atom than a prejudice. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. The only thing more dangerous than ignorance is arrogance. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. No amount of experimentation can ever prove me right. A single experiment can prove me wrong. Without deep reflection, one knows from daily life that one exists for other people. Creativity is seeing what everyone else has seen and thinking what no one else has thought. I live in that solitude which is painful in youth, but delicious in the years of maturity. It has become appallingly obvious that our technology has exceeded our humanity. There comes a time when the mind takes a higher plane of knowledge, but it can never prove how it got there. The attempt to combine wisdom and power has only rarely been successful. Nature hides her secrets because of her essential loftiness, but not by means of ruse. What really interests me is whether God had any choice in the creation of the world. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. The state of mind which enables a man to do work of this kind is akin to that of the religious worshipper. I cannot believe that God plays dice with the cosmos. True religion is real living, living with all one's soul, with all one's goodness and righteousness. If at first the idea is not absurd, then there is no hope for it. The most important question anyone can ask is the universe a friendly place? The ideals which have lighted me on my way in time after time have given me new courage to face life cheerfully, have been kindness, beauty, and truth. Every kind of peaceful cooperation among men is primarily based on mutual trust and only secondarily on institutions such as courts of justice and police. I love to travel, but I hate to arrive. The best way to cheer yourself is to cheer somebody else up. It is only to the individual that a soul is given. The meaning of life is to create, not to destroy. Be a voice, not an echo. Humanity is going to require a substantially new way of thinking if it is to survive. A happy man is dissatisfied with the present to dwell too much on the future. Knowledge and ego are directly related. The less knowledge, the greater the ego. Man surrounds himself with the things he loves. Intuition is nothing but the outcome of earlier intellectual experience. As our circle of knowledge expands, so does the circumference of darkness surrounding it. Be a voice, not an echo. Learn from yesterday. Live for today. Hope for tomorrow. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Each of us is here for a brief sojourn. For what purpose he knows not, though he sometimes thinks he senses it. The world is in greater peril from those who tolerate or encourage evil than from those who actually commit it. We experience ourselves, our thoughts and feelings as something separate from the rest, idolized. The world will have a generation of idiots. Everyone should be respected as an individual, but no one idolized. I fear the day technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. I have but one rule. Following the law of love is the best way to live. Love is the best teacher, but it is not always easy to understand its lessons. Anyone who doesn't take truth seriously in small matters cannot be trusted in large ones either. Human beings are part of the whole called by us the universe. In the long run, the sharpest weapon of all is a kind and gentle spirit. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. If people are good only because they fear punishment and hope for reward, then we are a sorry lot indeed. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. I do not believe in the immortality of the individual. All meaningful and lasting change starts first in your imagination and then works its way out. Nature shows us only the tail of the lion. But I do not doubt that the lion belongs to it, even though he cannot at once reveal himself because of his enormous size. Everything that is really great and inspiring is created by the individual who can labor in freedom. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. The process of scientific discovery is, in effect, a continual flight from wonder. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. There is no logical way to the discovery of elemental laws. There is only the way of intuition. If you are out to describe the truth, leave elegance to the tailor. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. When the solution is simple, God is answering. There are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as